Guys, it is Mike from Better Me, and it's really great to be here with you guys. It is the day before Thanksgiving, and I really want to talk about 3 topics today, and it's really crucial conversations that we need to have with our kids. The first one today is really we should be asking our kids, what is your why? And when we ask our kids what our why is, a lot of times they're not really going to understand it, but it's going to start to get them to think critically about how they want to go out in the world and how they want to impact. So think about it. If you sat down with your kid right now and you said, what is your why? What might their answer be? Well, I don't know. Well, the whole point and purpose to this is to dig a little bit deeper, because your why, I believe, changes over time. So when we're 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, we might have one why. When we're 15 or 16 years old, we might have another why. When we're 22 or 25 years old, our why might change again, et cetera, et cetera. So I think our why is going to change constantly as we do, but this really gets them thinking about how they want to live their life and how they want to impact in their life. And I think this is really good too, because it starts to get you as the parent thinking about, okay, well, what is my why and how is my why changed? And it really gets some good dialogue going between you and your child to be able to communicate together effectively and to be able to see a little bit deeper into how your child thinks. So the second one is, what is wrong with the world? So this is a big one. And I don't think this is something that we do enough with our kids. I think we need to sit down with our kids and we need to say, hey, in your eyes, what do you view today that is wrong with the world? Now, I don't know if they're going to be really exposed to politics at that specific age. I'm not sure what they're going to be exposed to, but things happen when these kids walk to school every day. Things happen in school every day for these kids. Things happen when they're at home. Things happen when they watch TV. And so when they pick up all this information, they have certain viewpoints about what's happening in the world. So it's really important that we understand those viewpoints. We can actually talk it out with our kids. We can discuss it with our kids. It brings us closer to our kids, but it also helps get a dialogue going to actually say, okay, now that you know what's going on in the world, now that this is your point of view, how are you actually going to impact and how are you going to change things? And then the last thing is, it kind of leads into that, is how can you impact, how can you help, how can you change? So this is another big thing that we want to talk about with our kids, because they really are the future. They really are the foundation of this world. And they're just starting out. They're just getting out there. They're just starting to make friends. They're just starting to build relationships. They're just starting to figure out where they fit in this world. So it's a perfect time to start talking about where they can impact and actually what impact is. And knowing that not all impact has to be money. A lot of impact can be time. They can go and they can read to kids that otherwise wouldn't be read to. They can go to homeless shelters and actually feed the homeless. They can actually make meals for people for Thanksgiving that don't otherwise have meals for Thanksgiving. So there's so many things that families can do to impact. And this is a really great exercise as well, because a lot of times it brings the families closer together, brings you closer together with your kids when you're asking these questions, and it allows you to see further into really what they want to do with the rest of their life, how they want to impact with their life, and really who it is that they're going to become. But I think the more often we have these conversations, we sit down and we have these repeated conversations. Well, what is your why? What do you see wrong with the world? How do you want to impact? I think the more that we try to talk to our kids about this, not only are we going to become closer with our kids, but we're going to find out that maybe our why changed. And maybe there are specific ways that we can help out as parents that we don't do today. And maybe, well, there's certain things that we see in the world that need to be changed. So it's a lot about building a relationship with your kids, but it's also kind of reaffirming that relationship with yourself and knowing that there is a way that you also can make a difference. So guys, I hope this video was helpful. Leave comments at the bottom if you guys have any comments. Like and subscribe to the channel, guys. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video.